What if your next trip wasn't just a vacation, but a moment that stays with you forever? In 2025, travel is evolving. It's not about ticking boxes anymore. It's about connection to nature, to history, to something bigger than yourself. From secret islands and ancient cities to places that feel like they belong to another world, this is your invitation to explore the extraordinary. These are the top places to visit in 2025. And trust me, you'll want to see what's waiting at number 1.
At number 25, we begin in a place where nature writes poetry in volcanic rock and ocean mist, Maui. But this isn't the Maui you remember. After wildfires reshaped its landscape, in 2023, the island has emerged stronger, more mindful, and more magical than ever. Now, travelers are invited to experience a side of Maui that's more intentional, connecting with native Hawaiian culture, supporting local artisans, and hiking through rainforest trails where every leaf tells a story. Wake up early to witness the sunrise from Haleakala volcano and experience locals call the House of the Sun. Cruise the winding road to Hana, stopping at hidden waterfalls and black sand beaches. And when the day ends, join a beachside luau, not just for the show, but for the stories passed down through chants, dance, and food. Maui in 2025 is more than just a vacation spot. It's a powerful lesson in resilience, reverence, and rediscovery. Next up, a place where every alley echoes with music and every coastline hides a new adventure, Puerto Rico. In 2025, this Caribbean US territory is buzzing with energy and attracting travelers who want more than just beach lounging. Start in the heart of San Juan, where colonial Spanish architecture meets vibrant urban life. Colorful buildings line the streets as the scent of mofongo and roasted pork fills the air. But Puerto Rico isn't just about its city, it's about contrast. Drive just an hour inland and you're under a canopy of green in El Yunque, the only tropical rainforest in the US National Park system. Hike to La Mina Falls, spot the elusive coqui frog, or zip line through jungle treetops. And for something truly unique, visit the glowing bioluminescent bay in Vieques, where your kayak leaves a trail of stars in the water. Puerto Rico offers the culture of Latin America, the accessibility of the US, and the soul of the Caribbean, all on one unforgettable island. Number 23 is a postcard that came to life, Curaçao. Tucked away in the southern Caribbean, this island blends European charm with sun-soaked tranquility. Its capital, Willemstad, looks like a tropical Amsterdam, pastel-coloured colonial buildings reflected in the bay, street artists painting to steel drum beats, and hidden cafes offering Dutch Caribbean fusion cuisine. But Curaçao's real secret lies offshore. Just a few steps from its beaches are some of the clearest waters in the world, perfect for snorkeling, diving, and spotting neon-coloured fish dancing through coral reefs. Swim into the famous Blue Room Cave, where the sunlight turns the sea into liquid sapphire. In 2025, Curaçao is gaining momentum, not just as a relaxing getaway, but as a cultural gem for travellers who want something different. No massive resorts, no crowds, just colour, culture, and calm. At At number 22, we're heading to a destination that's still under the radar, but not for long. Welcome to Georgia. No, not the US state, but the tiny country nestled at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, where every mountain peak hides a monastery and every meal feels like a celebration. In 2025, Tbilisi, the capital, is exploding with creative energy. Hipster cafes in old bathhouses, street art lining alleyways, and a food scene that blends ancient traditions with modern flavor. But the real magic lies in the Caucasus Mountains. Picture yourself in a medieval village like Ushguli, one of Europe's highest settlements, where snow-capped peaks tower over stone towers that have stood for centuries. You'll hike through green valleys, drink homemade wine poured straight from a clay vessel, and be welcomed by locals like family. Georgia is raw, real, and rich with history. And once you visit, you'll wonder why it took you so long to get there. If you're looking for a Middle Eastern destination that blends ancient mystique with breathtaking nature, Oman should be high on your 2025 travel radar. Far from the skyscrapers and glitz of its neighbors, Oman offers something much more soulful. Desert forts, emerald wadi pools, and mountain villages where time stands still. Begin your journey in Muscat, a coastal capital framed by golden cliffs and domed mosques. Then escape into the Wahaba sands, towering dunes that stretch as far as the eye can see. Ride camels at sunset, sleep under the stars in Bedouin-style tents, and wait to the silence of the desert. For a complete contrast, head to Jebel Akhdar, Oman's green mountain, where rose gardens bloom on terraced cliffs and ancient irrigation systems still keep villages alive. Oman in 2025 is not just a place to visit, it's a story to live. At number 20, we're diving into paradise. Welcome to Raja Ampat, Indonesia's crown jewel of marine biodiversity and one of the most untouched archipelagos on Earth. Located off the coast of West Papua, this remote chain of over 1,500 jungle-covered islands is a dream for divers, snorkelers, and anyone craving raw nature. Below the surface, Raja Ampat holds over 75% of the world's coral species, home to manta rays, reef sharks, and underwater landscapes that seem painted by an artist's hand. Above water, it's just as magical. Think secret lagoons, limestone cliffs, and local homestays where your wake-up call is the sound of tropical birds. There are no big resorts, no cruise ports, just adventure, serenity, and scenery that feels untouched by time. In 2025, Raja Ampat isn't just a place to see, it's a place to disconnect, breathe deep, and remember what the world was before Wi-Fi. Some places make you feel small, in the best way possible, and the Atacama Desert, coming in at number 19, is one of them. Located in northern Chile, this is the driest non-polar desert on Earth, but it's far from lifeless. In fact, it feels like another planet. Here, flamingos gather in mirror-like salt flats. Geysers erupt at dawn beneath the shadow of volcanoes. And when night falls, the sky explodes into galaxies. This is one of the best places in the world for stargazing. But the Atacama isn't just about landscapes. In 2025, more travelers are coming for the unique blend of culture and science, visiting local Andean villages, watching solar eclipses, or exploring Mars-like valleys with indigenous guides who've lived here for generations. It's vast, surreal, and absolutely unforgettable. Imagine Iceland and Hawaii had a secret child, and you'd get the Azores, this remote Portuguese archipelago floating in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean is one of Europe's best-kept secrets. But in 2025, it's emerging as the ultimate eco-adventure escape. Think volcanic lakes ringed by jungle, seaside towns where time slows down, and hot springs tucked into forests where steam rises through the trees. São Miguel, the largest island, is known as the Green Island for a reason. You can hike around crater lakes, taste volcanic-grown pineapples, or spot whales leaping just offshore. And because the Azores are fiercely protective of their environment, everything here feels untouched, clean, quiet, and refreshingly simple. For travelers who crave nature, authenticity, and a break from the ordinary, the Azores are a dream come true. Some places look too perfect to be real, and Banff is one of them. Tucked deep in the Canadian Rockies, Banff National Park is a masterpiece of turquoise lakes, towering pine forests, and jagged peaks that kiss the clouds. Lake Louise and Moraine Lake are already Instagram famous, but in 2025, travelers are going deeper into lesser-known trails, backcountry cabins, and experiences that connect you to nature, not crowds. Imagine kayaking across mirror-like waters at dawn, watching elk cross your trail, or soaking in the Banff Upper Hot Springs as snowflakes melt on your skin. It's a place where silence feels sacred and every breath tastes like freedom. Whether you're here to hike, photograph, or just stand in awe, Banff will remind you how wild and beautiful the world still is. From a forgotten town to one of Europe's most cinematic gems, Matera, Italy, is a story of rebirth. Once known as the shame of Italy due to its poverty, Matera has risen to global fame for its astonishing beauty and ancient soul. Built into limestone cliffs, its sassy cave dwellings are some of the oldest continuously inhabited homes on Earth. In 2025, travelers come not just for the views, but for the vibe. Quiet stone alleys, bathed in golden light, boutique cave hotels, and local meals made with recipes passed down for generations. It's no wonder filmmakers love it. Matera starred in the latest Bond film for a reason, but despite its fame, it still feels untouched. A place where you can slow down, sip wine on a rooftop terrace, and feel time dissolve in the silence of stone.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
At number 15, we stay in Italy, but head north into a world of epic peaks and alpine dreams. The Dolomites. These jagged mountains are unlike any others in Europe, rising like giant teeth from lush meadows and fairy tale villages. In 2025, the Dolomites are calling to a new kind of traveler. Not just skiers and hikers, but creatives, dreamers, and slow explorers. You can hike the Alta Via trails through rolling valleys, dine in mountaintop refugios with views that defy belief, or simply wake up in a cabin where the morning mist dances with the mountains. Summer brings wildflowers, autumn paints the forests in gold, winter is pure magic. The Dolomites aren't just a destination, they're a mood, a place to reconnect with nature and yourself. Far from the well-trodden paths of global tourism lies a place that feels not just remote, but otherworldly. Welcome to Socotra, Yemen's surreal island in the Arabian Sea. Often called the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean, Socotra is home to landscapes and species found nowhere else on Earth. Imagine walking through a forest of dragon's blood trees, giant umbrella-shaped wonders that look like they were plucked from a sci-fi movie. In 2025, more adventurous travelers are discovering Socotra not for luxury, but for raw, untouched beauty. Sand dunes that spill into turquoise waters, limestone caves hiding crystal clear springs, and a coastline where dolphins swim beside fishermen's boats. Socotra isn't about selfies. It's about stillness, simplicity, wonder, and with ecotourism efforts growing carefully, now is the rare moment where you can see it before the rest of the world catches on.
Step into a desert where time carved art from stone. This is Al-Ula, Saudi Arabia's rising star of heritage and mystery. Once part of the ancient incense route, Al-Ula is now emerging as one of the world's most jaw-dropping archaeological destinations. Towering sandstone cliffs hide tombs carved by the Nabateans, the same civilization behind Petra. But here they lie in silence, waiting to be rediscovered. In 2025, Al-Ula is more than ruins, it's a cultural revolution. Contemporary art installations rise beside ancient temples. Concerts echo through canyon amphitheaters. The landscape is vast, timeless, sacred. And at night, under the purest desert sky, you'll feel like the first person on Earth. Al-Ula isn't just a place to visit. It's a conversation between past and future, written in stone and silence. The world is wide, and in 2025, it's more ready than ever to be explored. These places aren't just destinations, they're stories waiting to unfold. Whether you're chasing glaciers or deserts, silence or celebration, the journey is no longer just about where you go, but how it makes you feel. So tell us, where will 2025 take you? If this inspired you, hit like, share it with a fellow traveler, and subscribe for more journeys like this, because the world doesn't wait, and neither should you.